It kind of feels weird seeing myself on the right side.
Oh, is it because I joined first?
Yeah, so I'm just like, this is a very weird feeling. It's not bad, it's just
You can
different.
switch, right?
I don't know. Maybe.
No.
I don't think we can.
Do I
And
just
that's
leave
okay.
and come back?
And yeah, I mean that's okay.
Be like,
Not a big deal.
bye. I want to be on the. I want to be on the right side.
Like
Oh,
if I
this
was
is fun.
a little more OCD, maybe I'd be like, okay, let me I need to be on the left.
No, that makes sense. Let me alert masses of live. Blah blah blah.
Oh, hey, they added background music. Hold on.
They did, or did you?
No, on the settings here.
Oh.
I don't know. Can anyone actually hear that? I'm like playing some background music. And it like automatically loops.
That's kind of aesthetic.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty nifty. Let me switch it to dance pop. Okay. Hey, Ghost72, how are you? There's like... There's one called Feeding the Ducks. I'm playing that.
I can't even tell if I can hear it or not.
Can you hear it? I don't know if it's just me. We
Well,
need
I can
people
hear
on
it here. I just can't tell if people on stream can hear it.
I mean, I think maybe. I think we need anyone that's watching. Let us know if you hear any background music. So I know that I'm not going crazy. Okay,
Oh,
Ghost
yeah,
says he
nice.
can. So now we have background music.
Oh, that's cool. You didn't even have to go look for that.
Oh, there's a lo-fi option. Okay, we need to be on brand with lo-fi, as every other YouTuber. And there's like a setting to like lower the volume. All right, so what do you guys think? Background music or no background music while we talk? Is it setting the vibe? And the vibe is obviously to chill, so I think lo-fi fits.
That's pretty chill.
I wonder if you can like upload your own. Let me see. No, I guess you can't. I guess it's like preset.
Yeah, probably because of like copyright stuff.
Yeah, and it just makes it simple. It's like, all right, here you get a few different vibes. Go with it. All right, so I'm just gonna leave this on. I wonder if I can turn it off. I'd have to hit stop. Okay, I'll leave it like that. So, how's everybody doing? Hope you're all doing well. This is I don't know, is this an official stream? Are we calling this an official episode?
or the procrastination episode.
Yeah. Or is this just a laid back episode, or?
I mean, that's a good question. Well, technically, oh, look at that nice Ava jacket.
Thank you.
Yo.
Thank you. I just got this for my birthday.
Everyone say happy birthday to Onimaru. It's
Yeah, it was-
Onimaru weekend. despite
Yeah,
the
it
snow.
actually is. Birthday was Thursday, but I decided to live it up and extend it to the weekend. So.
As you should. Oh, this is a great. Well, first we can finish the Onimaru Awards, and then we can talk about Jack's Under the Scope Awards. I don't know if you saw that, but you can get into that in a sec.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we can talk about that.
But
Yeah, 'cause
how
you-
was your birthday?
Oh well.
How was your birthday? It's still Onimaru weekend, so
Yeah.
Precedent.
True. Exactly.
and priorities.
So should we? Thank you, Raxo, for wishing me happy birthday in the chat. Thank you. Oh, thanks, ClassFac. So should we start the episode? Is it an episode? What are we doing?
I think we're freestyling because, as people may or may not know, this is our second podcast of the day because we did Tokyo Podfathers talking about Attack on Titan. So I know everyone. Well, some people might be in an Attack on Titan mode. So if you're in an Attack on Titan mode, you can go check out that episode after this, where we did a breakdown of the last two episodes for I guess it's 19 and 20. I forget, like the full numbers are 78 and 79.
Yeah, it's super confusing to me because I see it on the streaming service. I think Crunchyroll does it like that. So I'm just like, you guys were saying 19 and 20, and I was just like, is it? Okay. I haven't been able to keep track, but that's actually better.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely check out that episode. That was a fun conversation.
Yeah, we had fun. You did great.
Over on Tokyo Podfathers.
Yeah. But now we're here, and so now we're here for, I guess, anime hoodies and chill night.
Yeah.
So we can probably just start it.
All right.
Get turned.
So let me just turn off this pre-show tag. And I guess, I don't know. I guess I have to turn off this background music. Hold on. Like,
so they know we're serious.
Yeah, so like I don't mind turning it back on. It's just, I gotta play that truck sound. Wait, I think this is a good cue. It stopped. Nope, it started again. Hold on. Good transition. Okay. All right, I'm gonna play the truck sound, not the animation, just the sound. So once Shaw quiets down, we'll start it up. Okay, ready? Hello and welcome to a chill episode of Just Weebs. We're here with our drip hoodies and me and my iced water, which is a blessing because I've had a very eventful weekend, which kicked off with my ice machine in my fridge finally getting fixed. I feel very strongly about this because it's been 4 months without it making ice. And I didn't realize until this very rough period of how much I like ice. So I am very thankful to have ice back.
Are you a very big iced water person all the time? Like no matter the season?
I'm a very big iced anything all the time, no matter the season. I'll drink a slushie in 20-degree weather outside. Well, okay, I won't fully stand outside the whole time, but I'll be drinking it. So I actually didn't get into hot drinks until I was much older.
That's interesting. I can see that.
I actually didn't get into hot drinks until I got into coffee. And I didn't get into coffee until I started being in the workforce, and I needed something to keep me awake in the morning. And soda is not sustainable every morning. So
it is a gateway drug.
It is. It leads to diabetes.
Yeah. Shout out to Nakiyutsu. Is that how I would say it? Nakiyutsu?
I think so. Yeah, Nakitsu.
That's a cool name. Sometimes I commute listening to this podcast and that intro sound scares me. I'm so sorry for convincing you you're getting into a car accident on your way to work.
It's not us. It's the vibe of the pod.
It's
a truck crash. That's it. That just best represents the chaos here.
Yeah.
But that's interesting feedback. Do you want us to?
Bad, but it's funny.
I don't know if we can change it because it's our logo, so it ties in. But we can maybe lower the volume. Is it the volume? Is it that it's too high and it's just sudden, or is it a jump scare thing?
I think it's a wake up call.
I think so.
People know that they're awake.
If you're commuting in the morning, I'd like that to wake me up. Just jolts me awake. For a long time, my ringtone every morning, and I think my fiance hates it now, was the JoJo Part 4 morning show,
Morio.
Morio show.
Morning, Mario.
Yeah. And I had the volume at max, so it would just be really loud and just really wake me up. And I'd actually wake up happy the first 2 weeks. It was good.
God. That's energized. Amazing.
Yeah. But now it's just a regular annoying alarm tone. So
yeah, I have to go to a normal annoying alarm. I used to have that T.I. Rihanna song "Live Your Life" as my ringtone. Song. I love it too, and I still love it despite it being my ringtone for 2 years. So yeah, I think it's a keeper. But I have not had a Weeb ringtone.
I'm also really bad at changing ringtones and stuff like that, and wallpapers. I don't like. I have not changed. I have an Ava lock screen wallpaper. I have not changed it since 2019, July 2019. The only reason I know that is because I was going into Anime Expo and I was like at the entrance on the first day, and like you're like swiping your badge in, and I had my phone out, and like I guess some guy behind me was an Ava fan, because like I'm just like trying to get in and like focused on just getting in, and he's like, "Hey, nice wallpaper," and I'm like, "Oh, what's like?" I was like, "What's my wallpaper again?" Like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, thanks, man." And then we briefly talked about the new movie, and that was it. It's like I was
That's
like,
awesome.
Okay. So that's why that's dated. But yeah, I haven't changed it since then. I look at him like, oh yeah, I really don't change this thing.
Mine was an act age one, and then I changed it finally in my Umineko phase. So I got, can that see? Well, thank you. That's my new one.
That's nice.
And then I've had a Sayonara Zetsuba Sensei background for like ever.
Do you more often change yours, or also, I guess, not too much?
Not too much. I had the act age one for like 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And it was just recent. And the Sayonara Zetsuba Sensei one, I think I've had for like 3 or 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like a really cool image. I can't really get it easily. Unless I move an app. Let me move an app to like, this is like the only way I can think of showing without trying to dig through my images is to like, okay. So like, you can kind of see it now.
I wonder if you can see mine if I like raised it up. That looks cool.
Yeah. Thanks. It's like,
there we go. Can you see it?
Oh, that looks cool. Yeah, that looks awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know, and I feel like sometimes bad, like so ungrateful, because I know when like in the age when we had brick phones, like flip phones, it's like we wished to have these capabilities, and now that we do, it's just like, yeah.
Well, people like it's tough because you got to think of like an image that is both like socially acceptable enough to like be if like something pops up, but then also like I guess you're not the lock screen. That's a lock screen has to be kind of like socially acceptable.
Low key, yeah.
Low key. And then the home screen has to be like an image that looks cool, but like you don't see it most of the time. Like if you have like so many apps up, like I just don't see that image, but it's like a nice purple color, so it contrasts everything. So like you gotta be attached, but not too much.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much like attached, and again, low key. And speaking of low key, we did get some feedback here in the chat from Nikitsu saying, I'm driving thinking there's an accident. It's okay though. So, okay. So it's not the sound itself. It's just, the actual fear of crashing, while you're in your car. So, and then she also says, I am too ashamed. He or she, I don't want to assume. I am too ashamed to change my ringtone to a weeb soundtrack. So that fits into socially acceptable.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fair game. Pretty fair game stuff. But
trying to think if I ever had a like for my actual ringtone, if I ever had a weeb soundtrack.
I've not.
I think I did it once.
Roscoe said that they have Kaguya OP2 as their ringtone. That's actually probably a really good one. Like
that
Daddy
one,
Daddy Do.
Yeah.
Daddy Daddy Do.
Because that one sounds sort of Western. Like it kind of has like, not completely, but it kind of can pass off as like not specifically weeb identifiable or associated.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Well, I was thinking about it and I realized like I don't have a ringtone because I never turn my phone on sound. It's always on like vibrate or silent.
Actually, you know what? That's a good point. My phone is perpetually on on silence. Yeah. So I don't actually worry about that.
That's the only reason I don't have a trendy one. And like because now I'm like home most of the time. So like who's going to hear?
Exactly. Like now it doesn't matter, but I still have it on silent. So
yeah. But also it's like, no, I'm not getting phone calls that much, thankfully. Because I don't like phone calls, but yeah.
I've noticed that.
I was trying to think, what's that like? I rang you, but you still ain't. It's like the Stan song. It's like I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. Like that one. Exactly.
Like I wrote you, and you're still not responding to either the writing, and you're not even calling me back.
Yeah.
But yeah,
that is not the best transition, but I'm gonna do it anyway to talk about Jack's Under the Scope Awards because we are hyping up our award show. Can get to that later. But this past weekend at Saturday at 12, we got the Jack Under the Scope Awards. Probably my favorite anime award show. Because it's like it's so under the scope core, like it's all of like his favorites that I don't really agree with half the time, but you can tell that he put a lot of time and effort into it, and he went through and was like very thorough with like every anime of the year
Yeah.
to the point, and he has so many cool categories. As Tom put, it was pretty much the Heike Monogatari Awards, so like it gets predictable because you can kind of tell what Jack is all about, like very easily, or very quickly. But I like this format. I don't know if you ever seen the Jack Under the Scope Awards?
So I think like, and it's pre-recorded, right? It's not live, or okay.
Yeah, but there's a lot of editing put into.
Yeah, I imagine. I've seen his videos, phenomenal editing usually, so I wouldn't be surprised that the show is just that much more. But I think I caught one time I watched like part of his awards show, and it was like really impressive, but I didn't watch the whole thing, so
Okay.
I have some familiarity.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so what I really like about it, but it's like an interesting, like I like it, but I don't know if I would do it, is he has like his anime of the year, like nominees all come from the best anime of winter, what is it? Winter, spring, summer, and fall. Those are the 4 seasons.
Okay.
So it's like he picks his winner from those, which I think is like a really cool concept because he essentially gives like mini anime of the year to like each season. I think that's like a cool thing, but I don't like it because so many of my favorites come from one season, and then sometimes you have seasons where there's like no really good.
So it feels more like an obligatory like sort of pick. Like there's nothing really from this season, but
Yeah, and that's where like I know us talking about the last season, the latest year of anime. Like I think we'd both probably find spring to be the like strongest. That's the one with like Odd Taxi, Dynazenon, Megalobox, Vivi. Those have a lot of the favorites.
Crazy season.
And then you compare that to summer, where it's like you got Sunny Boy and Maid Dragoness, and like I love both of those shows, but like I'd feel bad if my anime of the year nominee pool could only have one from each if like I didn't hold them in as high regard. Like
I see what you're saying.
I do. Luckily, I think we do. But like, say you get a season where you're like, okay, the best thing that came from the season is like a 7 out of 10, but this other season has like multiple 8s or 9s out of 10.
Yeah, exactly. But you know what? And has he been doing this format like every year? It's always been this format. Okay.
Yeah.
So like, that's actually something. So I didn't know he did it like that, but I think when I was thinking about like our seasonal episodes earlier in the year when we were doing them, I had some like idea like that where I mentioned to you like it'd be cool to like have like contenders, like we picked like the champ, like the crown, which we did with that spring season. Like we crowned, what was the best anime of that season.
Yeah.
And just do it all like that for each season, and then kind of at the end of the year have them like face off.
Yeah.
To just so more like not mini anime of the year, but like contenders, like who are the kind of a quick like rule of thumb, like of like what was the best this year. Now let's have it all face off for what is the absolute best of the year. So
yeah, and so it could definitely work. I think it's definitely like a Jack, like that's like the Jack staple in my mind. But like I think it could definitely work. I don't know. It's just interesting to think about in terms of like how many obligatory, like how many things you feel like you have to like include in like an obligatory way. I don't know.
But it also like helps you narrow things down if you think about it, because like at the end of the day, for anime of the year, you're gonna have to narrow things down. You're gonna have to be like at some point be like, okay, what is actually better in my mind? So if you already did the legwork for each season, even if you like loved like 2 that season, one of them you loved like slightly more. So it's either way, it's gonna come down to that by the end of the year.
For sure.
So
that's true.
And I think like if you still want that other anime to get representation in some way, you just make up another category where it fits in.
Yeah. Which is what I think he ended up doing. Like he has a lot of cool categories that are like character categories, movie categories, production categories, which was cool. So like I think there was definitely a good chance for many things to shine and like many series to shine.
Okay. And are his awards like a 20-minute, 30-minute thing, or
they're
is
like
it
an hour, I think?
Oh, okay.
But I mean, they go by fast, and like you don't have to.
How does he present it? Like, is it like what's the format? Like, is it him like announcing the nominees and you get clips of each nominee and
he kind of goes into like, I think he kind of tries to do it as much like the Oscars as possible. So he'll do like a little like summary, like anecdote, like this winter, blah, 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 blah. And then like, here are the nominees for winter, our best anime of the winter season. And then he'll go into like, here are these other categories. And it's like really cute writing, like, you know, characters and nothing without like this, like when, you know, he makes it like really cute and fun. And then he'll do like a cute little description and then he'll go into the nominees and then pick the winner. And he gives what he calls like the golden saber.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. I would definitely recommend it if like, I don't know, I'm not sure how like your work is like how you're able to like work and like if you're able to kind of like watch something on the side while doing work, but I would definitely recommend just like checking it out casually for like, you know, if you got some downtime.
I've been adopting that actually a lot more recently because like sometimes I want to listen to music, but sometimes I kind of want to like listen to something or get something off my like watch list or, you know, something not, it can't be, I've kind of come down to the conclusion that it can't be anything high effort. It can't be anything with subtitles. You know, it has to be something that is easy to put on in the background. So I've been trying to find more stuff that like that I'm while I'm working. So I feel like I'm being productive, but also listening to this thing in the background. So, you know, podcasts work well for that. And I've narrowed down like comedy shows work well for that.
I can totally see that.
Like sitcoms, you know, something that you don't really have to really
like
pay
The
attention.
Office.
Yeah.
Or
like recently I caught up to, I finished Schitt's Creek. That was really good. But then somewhere halfway through there, I actually really started paying attention. So didn't completely work.
When you get too invested.
Yeah. That show's pretty good.
Yeah, this was funny. Mushoku Tensei fans were mad. So like Jack, I know from like talking to him, he like watched the first couple episodes, was like, this isn't for me and dropped it. So naturally in like every category, they're like, where is Mushoku Tensei? Where is Mushoku Tensei? And it's kind of funny.
I mean, I get it. Like the show was kind of unavoidable this whole year. It was like there. Like it had a presence, you know. So to not see it represented, like to some people might feel like, okay, you're lying, you know, like how is it not at all like it was kind of unmissable throughout the year. It was in all the discourse, but
I think it's just really funny because, you know, for like so long, punched my mic as usual.
Okay.
For so long, I felt like so many series were overlooked in favor of like isekai series that have always been in the awards and in like the public discourse. And now we get the opposite where the isekai series was overlooked in favor of other things. So from a very petty point of view, I like this new turn. But on the other hand, I do think it's interesting just to see like how it's been overlooked. Maybe not in like Jack's awards because he's just like, it's what I watch, fam. Like I watch what I watch. He's one person. But and like Crunchyroll awards and like whatever. It's interesting to see that like, I don't know, didn't make as much of a splash as one would expect.
Yeah. And just so you know, like just with the Just Weebs awards, the Weebies coming up, they're completely biased, guys. They're completely biased, you know, so.
So I think it was funny when we said, what do you guys want from the Weebies? And people were like, Heike Monogatari. And it's like, cool, we have not finished that at all. Neither of us have finished that, so that's not showing up. And it's like all of these Uma Musume not showing up. I'm just gonna spoil that. I hope that's fair game. Like if we have not seen the series, it's probably not showing up.
Also, the nominees are out, so if you haven't voted already,
you guys know.
You know, vote and see and be disappointed.
I told Gianni that because this is the last time Jack is doing the Under the Scope Awards, which I'm
so I was gonna ask you. What's like? How come? Like, what happened?
I think the way he phrased it was he was putting more into it than he was getting out. So I think it's like, you know, the seasonal grind of having to watch everything, knowing that he's doing the awards at the end of the year. The like, you know, probably like that same feeling of like I have to watch all of these seasonals just to know. And then he probably got tired of that a bit and was like, no, I think I'll try something different. Because you can tell it's like a monumental effort.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's like watching all this anime and some that you might not even be interested in, or even the ones that you are interested in, but knowing that you have to like take note of it and keep track and all of that to do some award show or do whatever makes it more into a chore.
Yeah.
So
it's whenever you feel you have to do something and you're not enjoying it, then you're like, this is not it.
I mean, that's what I found was the case with when I was watching Sunny Boy. Like I just knew like I had to check it out, and I had an open mind. But like because the show itself, and I won't say too much, is just its pacing and what happens in it isn't like too. I don't think it's very conducive for a binge, or like to kind of keep you going. So, but I knew in the back of my head, well, I got to finish this, you know. So to kind of make up my mind or no, and I'm interested to see what everybody's talking about. Yeah. So, you know.
I also think the first half is like I know whatever the first half I think is weaker than the second half.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with that.
Like content wise, everything, I think it's weaker. Like, so it makes it much tougher, like to get momentum going. Yeah,
exactly. And there's a lot of moments where you're like, I don't know what's going on. I am piecing it together, but like, can we get here a little faster, a little bit. And you know, I've had patience for shows. I've watched tons of episodes to get to the point where people are like, it gets good, and I'm like, okay. Now with this one though, I didn't have any indication because I went in blind, so I didn't know when this gets good. I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna keep watching. Yeah. But you know, I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed.
And as the people know from our nominees, we came away favorably from it. So.
Yeah. Also in the chat, I just posted our the link to vote for our nominees. I don't know if it did show up as a link. I don't know if you have to copy it or paste it, but there's a link. Voting is still open until, you know, the rest of this week.
And
soon. Yeah.
I think this is also possibly a point of confusion. Because I was talking to Gianni and he's like, your awards have audience input and they don't know anything. So like that makes it flawed. And I was like, no. The awards are determined by me and Onimaru's pick, and then the audience vote is kind of like a bonus fun fact. So like your votes don't impact our picks for
let me talk about this. So the way we're envisioning it, right, for the actual awards is like your pick will be honored. It will be mentioned, whoever gets the majority pick. We're going to show the audience vote to sort of determine how far off our taste is from our audience, so get a good gauge of that. And because we were doing it like that, I was tempted, because we're actually curious as to what you guys prefer out of the nominees. But because it's also like that curiosity, I was very tempted to do a write-in category for each category, because hey, if enough people wrote in the one anime, then we know that, you know, we're very far off. If that ends up being the majority, like it's a write-in anime. But I don't know. It was kind of last minute. I decided, well, maybe we can do that next year. I don't know. I want to see how this kind of goes without having to resort to a write-in. And also the write-in could lead to chaos. So I was just like, okay, you know, just go with the nominees.
And we could get so many different write-ins, like especially everyone who's used Google Forms probably knows. You could get like the same write-in and everyone spells it differently. And it won't show up as like the same name.
Yeah. So you have to like manually go through each one. So it was like, okay. So we did our best to kind of narrow it down to, honestly, the biggest theme, and Shaw might not completely agree, because she's already been slandering me about like, you know, kind of purposely picking World Trigger and putting it in all the categories underhandedly. But we just tried to stick true to what we really enjoyed the most and favored, and, you know, what were our favorites.
Yeah, I will get my revenge, and I will just shill a certain film during we don't have a best film category, so I will just pronounce the best film.
Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0.
You didn't even like it as much as like other.
I liked it
a little.
It was my favorite film of the year.
Yeah, I'll like. When will you watch Jose and shit on it with me? I said don't watch it, but like maybe watch it and shit on it.
Yeah, I'll do it.
You don't have to. We can watch good things, but
I for a friend, I will.
No.
I will endure.
No, I think I have a good track record of recommendations so far, so I can't.
Yeah, you don't want to ruin it. No. You don't want to ruin your cred. Like, remember that one time Shaw what was it? Recommended that one really bad movie.
Yeah, or worse, you're like, I love this movie, and then it's like, discuss, like, fight to the death.
Yeah, it's like, why would you make me watch this movie that you hate? Now I can't even talk about it with you without feeling bad about myself.
Pancreas 2.0, but it's like, wait, we disagree this time.
There's no unity.
I have to show the Gintama movie. They nailed it. They did good shit. Great conclusion to a 15-year-old franchise.
Raxo in the chat mentions, what about Belle? Well, I didn't actually go to watch it. It came out very recently. If you watched our Crunchyroll, reaction stream, we were like commenting on how like, why is that even in here? Like it just came out, but and plus when they were including movies that were in 2020, that got a US release or worldwide release this year because of COVID, were being included in the movie category. So,
also, interestingly enough, I haven't seen it yet. I'm not sure if it's still theaters only or if people are watching it through alternative means. Just gonna say that. I'm just gonna say that. I'm not sure how people are watching it, but interestingly enough, all the people I've seen watch it were kind of disappointed with it.
And if anyone in the chat has an answer, just write alternative.
Yeah, like that's also a question. Tell me how you guys are watching it.
Tell me. I need to know.
In theaters? Okay, yeah. I'm not gonna go see it in theaters, even though it does look pretty, but like
I did watch Heaven's Feel. To answer Tom in the chat, he says Heaven's Feel 3 was wild. If anyone doesn't know what that is, it's the last Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel arc movie. Yeah. I did watch that finally. Really? And it was insane. Like 3, 4, like I don't know, like summer at some point. Yeah, and it was wild in terms of the animation, but in terms of the story, I already know how I feel about Fate. It didn't really change my mind.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard from like the hardcore Fate fans, that it's not really a good adaptation of the visual novel. So like, I'm kind of just expecting like hype shit. So
it's hype as hell.
That's good.
But that's kind of it. Like I will, out of context, all those scenes are just flashy and amazing. So definitely would relive it because of that. But that was cool. Like those were like, I finally got to watch the 2 movies that, well, no, I watched it last year, which was the Maiden Abyss movie, but that was last year. Yeah. I have feelings about that.
Yeah, we did. Did we talk about that?
We did. Okay. I don't know if we talked about it on stream, but we definitely talked about it. I have to rewatch it. Yeah.
I have to rewatch it at some point. Yeah, like I imagine it misses some stuff to fit it in 3 films. And I know, I mean, like that's the nature of the game, but I feel like that's also kind of been like, if I may presume with zero Fate source material knowledge, I feel like Fate adaptations have always chosen to be more like, we got to kind of speedrun this stuff to make it fit. So we're going to keep the hype shit over maybe the more complicated character motions.
Sorry for cutting you off.
No, that's it.
Is the only visual novel that nails it Steins Gate? Is that the only one? Like the adaptation? Okay.
I'd say Clanad probably is like another good one. I don't know. I mean, so they say that White Album 2 might be a good adaptation, but I think the content is bad. So like it might be a good adaptation of bad things, but I think Steins Gate is generally considered the best adaptation. And then even then, some Steins Gate fans have beef with it, but like whatever.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. My friends just finished Steins Gate. They're like obsessed.
Yay! Yay! I love that. Love that for your friends.
Yeah, they're like, they loved it. So I'm like, I told you.
I told you. I see.
Well, I couldn't fully say I told you because they apparently started watching it back when it was first airing, and they never finished it. So they finally went and finished it. So it's like, oh, okay.
Okay, that's cool.
Because I think it went on break like for part 2, like this, like the next part of the season, and they just didn't pick it up. So
there's so many series that I have like that where there's like some gap, and I'm like, okay, I'm just not going back. Like Fruits Basket, people were like, "Where's Fruits Basket?" in the nominees or whatever. So like, I'm still on season 1, Fruits Basket, episode 18, and there's no reason for like there's no like opinion reason that I stopped it. I just stopped because airings are tough to follow with, and like I got to go back and like rewatch it and then finish.
Listen, it's okay. You just weren't feeling the first part of it, but it's intentionally, supposed to be bad. That's why you weren't getting it. It's intentionally bad.
They were on my ass.
And before anyone gets mad at me, that's actually just a reference. It's not intentionally bad. It's good. It's good.
Yeah, and I never thought it was like, that's like, I don't know. We don't have to, whatever. But
we don't have to get into it, but you need to finish it. That's all.
I do. Tay didn't like it because they said there was some sussery. But
I don't know. I questioned Tay. You know what? At first I was like,
you are the sus. You were
at first I was like, you know what? Nah, Tay has his own taste.
That's pretty fair.
I'm not denying that there is sussery, but I'm not as hard on it. Like, it didn't take me out of the story. It didn't like, like if it takes you out of the story and it takes you the immersion away, then obviously, you have every right to be like, I didn't like this. This isn't good, whatever, because it's taking you out of it. But for me, I just feel like some parts of it are really like dated, and some parts maybe aren't even dated, or just kind of like, okay, that's weird. But
as we've determined, so like, we've been talking about this, that like there's a lot of like shoujo and josei series that like,
yes, great transition.
Transition to like a lot of people kind of hype up shoujo and josei just because they've seen a few and they're like, oh, this is like the superior demographic because look at all these like few good shows. And then like you kind of like read or watch a few and you're like, no, this is like kind of same level, different tropes. So like we were talking about how there's so many shoujo that have like equally sus stuff to like the mainstream things. It's just not like in the public eye as much. So you're kind of like, people kind of give it the benefit of the doubt, but like we grew up with a lot of these and we're like, yeah, that's kind of weird, but I'm just used to it. And it's like,
that's one part of it. But I was also thinking about it on my own further. And I think shoujo in general, not in our circles, but it does exist, is looked down on overall as a genre, that you read shoujo, that you like shoujo. It's not taken seriously. So that's why like, if people that are into it like notice the sussery or point it out, it's like, they give it a pass because it's not like these mainstream shows that are beloved and whatever that have all this sussery and are being endorsed. Like, it's not even there.
Yeah.
But I see where you're coming from. It's like they both should be,
And and to clarify, a lot of the like, not to clarify, to build upon, because you're totally right, that like the reason they're looked down upon isn't even the sus aspects. It's just because it's like more feminine or girly, and it's like it's somehow like you always have to convince people like this thing is girly, but it's also good, even though girly things can be good. Like you see that with Madoka and stuff all the time.
And actually, that's a good point that I'm going to take a stance here and say, and to quote the latest season of Dress Up Darling, which I know you all are watching. Why does gender matter when it comes to hobbies that you enjoy?
Ooh,
so
Dress Up Darling, going hard. Love that.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good line.
I like that.
No, if you're reading shoujo and you think it's peak fiction, why not?
And my favorite is remember, if anyone makes you feel bad or you feel bad about shoujo because it's girly or whatever, remember Miura, when talking about Berserk, said he considers it a shoujo because it focuses on the emotional aspect a lot.
Exactly.
So Berserk, best shoujo.
He got elements from Berserk, all that, those intimate moments between Guts and Casca. Shoujo.
Guts and Griffith.
Guts and Griffith. Shoujo. The way he looked at him and he looked back at him. Shoujo.
We should have like a title drop for that.
And actually, the way Griffith is drawn, pretty shoujo.
Yeah, he's like the most shoujo thing I've seen. More than most shoujo. Tom said, normalize thinking good things don't come from bad beginnings. I disagree because I am a Gintama fan. So denied.
I'm sure I'm kind of lost on the wording.
Normalize thinking that if a show is good, it was always good, instead of like it started off bad and became good. So kind of like going back to that like Fruits Basket thing where it's like it starts off bad and gets good intentionally is like, no.
Yeah. I mean, like there are some shows that I didn't enjoy in the beginning, but eventually,
Yeah, I've had a few non-Gintama series like that as well. So
yeah, because but you didn't enjoy Gintama in the first 50 episodes, right? Or you did? You always enjoyed Gintama.
I don't think it starts off well, and I even went back to rewatch it when I liked the series, and I think it has a really weak like beginning, but there are episodes I liked in the first 50 episodes.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. So things can have weak beginnings because writers get better over time, and especially if they're doing a serialized series, over a long time, they're gonna get better. They keep at it. Or they could also fall off a cliff, like some shows that I won't mention.
Which ones?
One of them I think you're reading right now.
Stop. Okay. I think it's so funny.
I'm saying that in like light jest.
Yeah.
Light.
It's been the struggle to get to the next chapter.
Because is it? Where are you? Should we just
chapter 2? Okay, so I started reading Bleach. I'm on chapter 2 technically. the first chapter, I never thought I would say this in my life, but the first chapter has a lot more text than I thought. Like, not that much, but like more than I expected. Like,
This is pretty mean. I was telling Shaw, I was like, don't get used to that. That's going to change. That's not going to last very long. You know, back in the
really
day
funny.
when I was reading my weekly chapters, it would literally be like a ritual. Like One Piece was like 20 minutes to read. I'm also a slow reader, but, you know, proportionally to yourself. One Piece was like 20 minutes to read. Naruto 10 minutes 10 minutes, and like Bleach 20 clicks.
So funny. Yeah. That's so, the way you said that is like so funny. And I'm like, you're like, yeah, don't get used to it. It's going to be clicks. I'm like, okay, I'm kind of looking forward to that.
I mean, the cool thing about it is like his paneling and like the art style is really nice. So it's like you get these nice spreads and whatever, but it's very minimal text, so you get through it quickly.
The heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think it's like bad or anything because I also had seen this content when I watched the anime. Like, I watched the first episode of the anime a while ago. So I like saw this, but like there's some parts where it's like just like really small text and like it's kind of cluttered in some parts. And I know it's like, you know, first chapter, like this isn't indicative of the whole series, but like it was just like some parts and I was like, this is weirdly not what I expected. I expected just like nonstop like action panels and it was not. So I mean, maybe credit to Bleach, maybe it just gets to that point, but
once it gets to the action heavy arcs, right now Bleach in the beginning doubles up as more like a slice of life monster of the week kind of feel.
It kind of reminds me of like the beginning of Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. Actually, that's a very good comparison because it's like that setup of Yusuke becoming a spirit detective, Bleach becoming a Shinigami kind of helper.
Yeah, Soul Reaper, I guess.
Soul Reaper, yeah.
Yeah, so that was kind of cool.
Yeah, so you know, I'm excited to see where you end up with it because it would definitely add to the conversation about the big three and your thoughts on it.
Yeah.
And I'm down to reread it if you want to do a group, you know, a solidarity kind of read so I can refresh my thoughts because I never actually finished it. I dropped off on the very last arc, so
I could just like page you for the last arc and be like, we in this. It's
time.
Let's
do this together. Let's start, and then you know we'll have a big discussion pod. Get your thoughts, or would you rather finish? You're not going to finish One Piece. Would you rather finish Naruto and catch up moderately to One Piece and have a big discussion on all three? Or would you rather just go one by one?
Do we milk it and do all of the above? Do like Bleach discussion, Naruto discussion, and then One Piece discussion, and then big three discussion?
I think that sounds good. And we could get some ardent fans on for each, you know, each one.
And I feel like no, I'm trying to think of the word, but like not like I feel like I'm truly unbiased because I have no nostalgic connection to any of this. So it makes me feel like unnaturally superior, even though there's no reason behind that. Like,
and that's great. That would make a good conversation because I have the nostalgia going for me. I think because I picked up Bleach while I was still like on episode 28, you know, when it was airing. So it's like.
Yeah.
But I don't know, that didn't help it too much considering the way I feel about it now, you know?
Yeah, I just think a lot of people, like, for the record, I have this with series too. Like, this is not saying I am immune to this. I think it just applies to different series. But like, I think people let a lot of nostalgia get in the way of like how things actually are. Like,
yeah.
And it's like me for every series. Like Sailor Moon, I have really strong feelings for. But like when I went back to watch it later, I was like, some of this is really cringe. But like, it still means I like look back on Sailor Moon fondly, and I'm like, "Yo, goat shit, love this." But
I mean, a series that I kind of like I can very clearly see my nostalgia for is Dragon Ball Z. You know, like that I can just go back to, and it's like it's not even a question of like, oh, is this executed well? Oh God, this is so repetitive. It's more like it's just Dragon Ball Z. Like it's just it's like a character I know, like you know, it's just there.
It's like an old friend.
Yeah, an old friend. You know, and it's always fun to watch.
Anat said, wait, did Shah start reading Bleach before One Piece? Yeah, I'm reading the entire big three, and I'm starting with Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece. I'm going in that order. So,
which I think makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I think people, I don't know why, I expressed the intention to read all of them. And if you know that I'm going in with the intention to read all of them, like...
I think it's because, my take, people have been wanting you to read One Piece for so long that it's just like, oh... She's going to read Bleach and not One Piece. It's like a slap in the face.
Yeah, that's why I think a lot of big three fans, since I am at the I'm fine. I'm at the edge. I'm about to jump into the ring, but I'm on the edge. A lot of Big Three fans are very competitive within themselves, and like
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say this last time. You guys gotta let it like breathe. Like you gotta let it breathe. Like Bleach can exist without being constantly compared to Naruto and One Piece, and for all of the other ones, like just like
They don't have to be compared. It's not
they don't
PS5
have
and
to.
Xbox, you know.
They can exist in a vacuum. Like you can compare them, but like so many people are like, if you're praising this one, you're shitting on these two, and it's
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm literally just consuming one.
But Sha, I think Daco figured you out. You
Yeah.
know, alphabetical order for the Big Three. Let's go.
That works.
That's the secret.
And I've been like kind of like putting this off, but I want to tell everyone I had the intention of reading the first 50 chapters of Bleach on the plane ride back, but I was too hungover to do it. So it's on my phone, like ready for me. But
It's a good reason. Good reason to not engage. You want to be fully. You want to have the possession of all your mental faculties in place.
I didn't want to say that Bleach made me throw up, so
Yes.
I want to give it the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, technically, if you consume Bleach, it would probably make you throw up. I'd hope you'd throw up, but you'd die if you didn't. Yeah.
When did you throw up when you watched Bleach? Oh, this chapter.
I mean, I wasn't talking about the chapter. I was talking about the,
Oh, like actual Bleach.
I'll stop. I'll walk out.
No, that makes sense.
The consumption of Bleach. And I just realized we started the episode and I never put back on the chill lo-fi music. It's just no background music.
I thought that was the way we were saying we're in this.
Oh yeah, no, I didn't want the truck sound to play over it and just I was like, all right, let me turn it on to turn it back on. Off to turn it back on.
Truck. That makes you feel like you're definitely gonna get hit by a truck.
Yeah. But we can I'll play it later or maybe next time. Anas Crowy, I don't know how to pronounce the name, so apologies. They add, for me, I was just thinking if you wanted to watch a long shonen series, One Piece is easily the best choice. See, but if you are reading all three, checking them all out, it makes sense.
Yeah, I think because I did that bet for that 3x3 contest, I'm gonna live up to it because it was gonna happen eventually. I think I have to read the big three. I have to play Muv-Luv.
I think you're doing it the right way. You're showing the respect. You're kind of getting all the angles. You're not prioritizing one over the other. So
yeah.
But you're gonna read Muv-Luv, huh? Okay.
Well, I feel like I was gonna read it eventually, but it'll be cool. It'll be cool to see. I think I'll read eventually when I'm back on my visual novel arc because I'm on the anime arc and I'm gonna go to the manga arc and then I got to transition mediums. I think I gotta get through all the visual novels so I can see I can say I've read more than 3 to be yes, this is my favorite.
Yeah.
But I hope the character designs grow on me because I'm gonna be real. The character designs look like a 2-pack of ass. They look.
I knew that was coming.
They look so bad. I don't want to see them have sex, and that's
Oh my god! Oh, it's a eroge? Is it a?
Yeah, I think it's they have H scenes, and I don't. It's why do the H scene ones? Every visual novel that has H scenes, they all have the most disgusting character designs. It's I don't want to see any of these people have sex. These designs look terrible.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's that's when you wait for them to get the adaptation, but then they don't adapt the H scene, so you're never gonna see the quality.
But they still look bad.
Probably.
Yeah. It's so weird. I don't get it.
So there's no VN that has great, I guess H scenes because they all look bad.
I mean, I guess Dai's Ire does, but they have I still don't like the character designs that much. I'm saying that wrong, but it's still gonna be Dai's Ire. I'm calling it that. I don't give a shit.
But speaking of catching up to things, and I do find it super interesting that you go on these journeys when you do to kind of really get a feel for the medium. So it's very interesting.
Yeah, on a whim.
If I had more time, I'd personally be interested in doing the same. But speaking of catching up to things, recently I finally started a show that I had promised a friend 15 years ago that
15 years.
Yeah.
To you, 15
that I
years
would
from
watch.
now.
Yeah, that I would watch it, but it wasn't I'm going to watch it 15 years from now. It was yeah, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
And I've been reminded over the years and never finally, never did. And then He was over this weekend, and I put it on while he was over. I was like, all right, finally go. It's time. So we watched the first 2 episodes. And this, you want to guess?
I'm trying to bet what it was since it was 15 years ago. Okay, so that's roughly, how long ago was that? So that's like, I'm trying to do the math, like around 2007, I guess.
Yeah, just about.
Bet. Okay, in 2007.
And it wasn't even like a bet. It was just like, hey, you should check this out,
But so was it a big show in 2007? Was it a big show before then? That's the question.
Around then. I'm just going to say around then.
So I'm guessing either, I haven't checked your mail, and you probably didn't update it either way. So,
I mean, I haven't updated it in a few months, so all the old shows should be there.
But, I was going to guess like Eureka 7. I feel like Eureka 7 is.
You got it.
Wait, I did?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm
that's
so
exactly it. Never watched it.
Yes, I have to watch that for a contract because then I'm overdue on.
Well, I'm overdue. 15 years in the making.
I'm so excited by this. You guys have I literally pulled that out of nowhere because I'm like, what's a show that was like kind of big back then that's also like an annoying amount of like episodes that's not like long running that you would agree to?
That would make him not want to watch it and put it off into eternity. Yeah.
Yes.
And I had no interest in watching it, so that didn't help either. It was just sort of like, hey, you should check this out. So I never watched it. He hasn't rewatched it since then. So I was like, okay, let me just put it on. We're all chilling. So I guess I should tell you about my weekend. You did ask me about how my birthday was. So, well, that was that. Basically the story for that is we watched, we only got to watch 2 episodes, but because I was like in a group setting, it was just really hard to pay attention. And they were kind of like really talking about all these concepts. So I was just like, I'm going to have to go back and watch this on my own probably later. So we got through 2 episodes. So that's cool. He's really like telling me I have to finish it. He's kind of mad at me that I made him watch Monogatari, which was not an enjoyable experience. And he's like, you better fucking finish this. So I'm like, okay, bro, I was going to finish it anyway, but
I was going to do it. I just didn't say when. Me with like every contract.
Exactly. So, I had a great time, great weekend. There was a snowstorm about to hit my area. I thought it was going to kill my plans, cause I had Saturday plans. So I asked my friends, I threw out the offer like, hey, if y'all want, you can come Friday night, bring a sleeping bag, sleep over before it snows. And then we're all snowed in together Saturday. So you can't avoid coming. You have to hang out with me.
Did they do it?
Yeah, they all came.
That's awesome. I love that.
So they all came Friday night. I mean, one friend had work. So he just he came from work, chilled. And then cause he had work the next day. So he just bounced and then came back again the next day.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So, but we all hung out and then, a lot of stuff. So my fridge got fixed on Friday. That was great. And then we had ice. That was great. And then
could have gone outside for some ice.
No. That's what one friend was fucking saying. I was like, fuck you. It's not the same. I want actual ice.
Game.
No snow in my drink. So, and then we continued binging this show together that we had started the week before on a whim because we were hanging out the week before.
Not Eureka 7.
Not Eureka 7. We did watch Eureka 7 like one episode that night, but we were watching this Korean dating show on Netflix called Singles Inferno. And I don't know, it was because one friend brought it up, and it's about these stuck up like narcissistic good looking people that are single, and I think they're all really well off. It doesn't really tell you what their profession is, but when they talk about their hobbies and what they like and what they do, they all pretty much say working out.
Oh my god!
And what their ideal person is, it's always something really superficial. I like someone with a great nose. I like someone with my ideal type is, I don't know, someone with thick double eyelids or someone with it's all very very superficial stuff. And so we were watching it, and so the premise is, because it's called Inferno, they put these kind of types of people all on a deserted island, and then that's called the Inferno, where it's hot,
and they toss them into a volcano.
Not yet, no. I mean, eventually, maybe at the end. There's only 8 episodes, so maybe that's the climax.
Maybe they just die in the end.
Yeah, they're not really good people. They're just kind of unpleasant, but it's fun to watch how divorced from reality they are when they act or talk. because they're all full of themselves. Yeah.
Is it a reality show or like
It's a reality show. It's not a drama. It's a reality show.
Okay, so they're not playing characters. They're just like
they're being
just
themselves.
like literal people. Okay.
That's them. Yeah.
So it's like Korean Too Hot to Handle.
I think so. I think it's based off of something else that's probably like been trending. So, but this is my first time watching one of these shows, and so like it was really kind of fun watching it in a group and sort of like we ended up we ended up nicknaming everybody. Everybody has like a nickname. Like there's this one dude that has like these bulging like veins on his arms. Like he works out like a lot. And so like he has this really like, toned like big muscles, but like these just huge veins coming down his arm. So we just nicknamed him Veins.
Yeah. That's his identifier.
And this one girl chooses him because of his veins. She's just like, I like big veins. Like my last boyfriend had big veins, and I just like big veins.
This is so weird because I know I'm like Too Hot to Handle, the like American British one. Like, they'll say something like, oh, I'm like an ass person, like ass tits, whatever. These guys are like very specific body parts. Like, oh, I like veins or like the double eyelids or like nose. Like, that's random. Okay.
I forget like some of the other ones, but whatever. Like there's clearly one girl there who has it together and she's clearly best girl. Like she's awesome, but like she's too good for everyone there. Like
really?
They're not picking her, and it's just like have it together. You know what you're about. You're like have a positive mentality, and all these people are just like fucked. So I don't know. It was very, very funny.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah, it's on Netflix. So, but it's very enjoyable watching it with friends because we're all just like commenting constantly and just like in disbelief at certain choices and certain like things. So that was fun. So basically, they're in the Inferno. And the Inferno isn't really an Inferno. We were kind of joking about that. Like they have all these like high class amenities on the island. Like they have a nice tent with like mattresses and whatever. Yeah. They have access to like a kitchen, but like, they complain that it doesn't have like a coffee maker or something like,
oh my God.
Yeah.
Like so, something that like most people can live without.
Yeah. And then they go and then if like they win if they get chosen or something, they go to like paradise, quote unquote, which is like a big like luxury like mansion for like a day or two with their date, and then they have to come back to the Inferno. So and some people stay on the Inferno. So yeah, but it's fun. It's interesting.
That's definitely interesting.
We kept making Squid Game jokes, which was really fun.
Yeah,
like,
I would make Squid
imagine like they lose the game and then suddenly like they're like, okay, now we need you to kind of go and play this red light green light game.
Now you are done.
Yeah. So that was that. We watched Eureka 7. Friends slept over. We ate breakfast. Then they wanted Chinese for breakfast the next morning. Well, I really wanted pancakes. So then they were like, let's have both. So we had both.
That sounds fun.
And we continued watching Singles Inferno, which we're almost not done yet. We got to still finish. And telling them about Skate the Infinity. They need to watch Skate the Infinity.
I've made progress on Skate the Infinity. I don't know if you saw.
What do you think?
So I didn't know what to expect at first because I'm like, I think I'm like halfway done, but like Adam is just like
he's so extra.
I think it's like this weird mix of like over the top comedy and then nails the like serious like sports moments, the sports anime moments. It nails both of them. And like it's really funny. Like it really is like really funny. So I'm really enjoying it. I think they're doing a great job.
You already passed the love hug, right?
The love hug was like I was terrified when I heard that was like a thing. And then like seeing it in action, I'm like, this is also terrifying, but like what the fuck? Wait,
yeah.
I got to the part where like Adam like parachuted out of a plane and then he like wait, what's it called? Like he like rode his skateboard down a pipe onto everything and just landed. I'm like,
exactly.
Like, yes, this is just Dio, but like as a villain.
That's how I pitched it to a friend this weekend. He totally convinced, already wanted to watch. I'm like, dude, it's Dio on a skateboard.
It's so funny because like I don't know how you feel about Dio as like a character, but it's so funny how like Dio is just like such a cultural movement or like cultural icon in the anime community that you can call someone the blank Dio and we all immediately know what you're talking about.
Yeah, and also like the voice actors, Dio's voice actors.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yeah. But no, I love that exists because it makes it easier. Like especially with things in anime that are already kind of culturally known, so it makes it
Yeah.
easier to pitch when you have something similar. But I think I prefer Adam though, even over like Dio.
I might too. I think they're gonna get into his backstory, like his sad backstory.
Yeah.
I get to the part, I saw one thing where it's like his assistant dude didn't stand up for him when his skateboard got burnt, and I was
Yeah.
like, is this the exact location where Dio burnt the fucking dog? I'm like, cinematic parallels. Oh, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't think you'll feel too bad about his backstory, but it's functional.
Someone said it was complicated, and I was like, I don't think this character is going to be complicated. I don't think that's what they're going to go for.
It's a little complicated. Like, yeah. Like, but it's not like complicated in a Nana way, like angst and like, oh my God, all this stuff. And like, I feel all these emotions. It's just like, okay, yeah, all right, that tracks.
Okay,
whatever.
close enough.
It's functional, you know?
Yeah.
I get it.
The first 5 seconds of the opening are so cute. I agree, where they're like both on their boards from a distance
Yes,
and they're doing
that's
that
it.
dance. I love that.
That's cute.
Apparently Skate has the same writer as Code Geass. I am not surprised by that in any capacity. I'm not even remotely surprised.
So over the top. So
it's yeah, I think it's awesome. I think it's definitely one of the like lesser watched shows of last year.
Yeah. I meant over the top in a good way. I don't know what's the word for that. Bombastic. I don't know.
Bombastic, yeah. Over the top works too. It's a very over the top show. But I was just crying at certain points. I was just like, this is so funny.
Yeah. It was good. It was really good. It was you'll enjoy the rest of it. How many episodes do you have left? You're close to the end?
I think I just saw 7 earlier.
Yeah.
I just saw 7, so I guess I have 5 left. Yeah, what did I watch? Yeah, I watched 7. So I'm in a bit of the angst part of the like, you know, talented versus not so talented part of sports anime that we all have.
But I'm gonna say they do that well because Reki's like actually a really good protagonist.
I love him. He's so like he's got a good heart of gold. He's like really cool. I like him. So
you'll see without spoilers that this arc like won't make you, because typically when these arcs go like with jealousy and whatever, like you start thinking like, oh, don't go down this route, and you'll do things you'll regret, and you start to think less of him. Like I don't think you'll feel that with him.
Yeah, because we've all have like, I don't know if you feel this too, but like we all have those moments where it's like, this is the very necessary angst part, but I do want them to resolve this as soon as possible and get back to the usual shit. Like I felt like that. One of the ones I think of all the time is like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, when like Alphonse is like in that zone where he's like, am I real? Am I like not real? Am I really his brother? Like, do I have those?
I'm like, clearly you're his brother. Like, come on, man.
Like, I get your angst and like confusion, but let's like move it along. We know the end result. So like, let's get to the part where you guys make up and like we can move on with our lives.
Yeah. And it didn't help in Al's case that we know his backstory fully well. We saw it. So it's like, there's no hidden, doubt in our minds. It just sucks that he's going through it and believing it. So
Yeah. So it's like one of those angst things where we're all very familiar with it. We know that it will conclude at some point. We just don't want it to be too painfully like everything along the way, because we know what's gonna we know where it's gonna end up. But I'm excited to see that, because it's kind of also reminding me of like Free, like with like some of the silliness, but also like the way it's like tackling stuff, like the way it goes back and forth between like the funny slice of life moments and then like the actual like sports moments. It kind of it's got those vibes, but like also both good. So
okay, no, I definitely agree with that. The good sports moments, the silly, stuff, and over the topness, So I think you're definitely gonna think the last episode is just insane. So
I'm excited, and I love like skating, like anything skating. I loved Rocket Power a lot, so I'm like,
okay,
I'm all in on this.
Yeah, I liked Rocket Power too, but Rocket Power was just more episodic. But
yeah, and they had more like they had surfing,
Raymundo.
Skating. What?
I said Raymundo.
Oh yeah, is that their dad?
That was the dad. Yeah, Tito, Raymundo, Reggie, Otto, and Lars.
Squid. I haven't played the video game, the PS2 video game for it. That was like broken half the time, but I love that.
Yeah, I don't know if I ever got to play it.
It was fun. If they remade it they wouldn't remake it, but if they ever did, I would be all over that, because you could just go down to the skate park whenever and do tricks and shit. Yeah,
that's actually pretty cool.
It was cool. It was like a lot of fun. Like a lot of those early PS2 games had like really cool like sandbox stuff where they're like, you can just go and like goof around and do shit. So
the only skating games I think I played was just all the Tony Hawk
Tony
games.
Hawk stuff.
Yeah.
I love the Tony Hawk games.
Yeah, those are games.
What
Those
an
are
icon.
awesome. But I do love the Tony Hawk's as existential nightmare meme. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
You've seen that one, right?
I don't know if I have.
You haven't seen Tony Hawk's existential nightmare? Just look that up.
Yeah, is it a game?
It's a meme.
Oh, let me see.
I think you'll get it when you see it.
Are you Tony Hawk? Me, yes. Her, why? I had no idea how to answer.
But they did like a cover of it. I don't know, like a video game.
I love that.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, that's amazing. So Tommy asked, did you guys know about Heike Monogatari? It's way too underrated. Not that many people review about it. So I started it. I don't think Onimaru touched on it, but like
I watched the first episode.
Yeah, so we're not like I would say I am making my way through it, but we will see.
Yeah, I have nothing against it. Just didn't get far enough, and currently not interested in like continuing for now. Didn't drop it, but not for the time being.
Dense.
But if you want to see some Heike Monogatari love, check out the Under the Scope Awards. So yeah. I heard it won big there. So
it won big time. So yeah, go check that out. If that's your path to Heike praise. But
yeah, there was one point at this weekend. I was actually part of this stream. I was gonna try to play with Shaw, or Shaw was gonna watch me play the new Pokemon game, Pokemon Legends Arceus. I was telling her about it. She has not played a Pokemon game since what, Gold?
No, I played Shield and.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you said you hadn't played in a long time.
I didn't finish it, but I did play it.
Oh, what's the last Pokemon game you finished?
Probably Gold and Silver, but like when I replayed it, like I.
Okay. Heart Gold and Soul Silver.
I think
no,
so,
or you just replayed the originals?
No, I think I replayed the remake. I think
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I replayed
Heart
the
Gold,
remake.
Soul Silver. Okay, not bad. Yeah, because I do have a friend that like will probably get every generation, but he never gets to finish the games. He just never finishes them. Yeah,
I could see
because and I know why, because he just starts grinding like very early on, like when he doesn't even need to.
Yeah.
And he goes in on it, and then he just gets very unmotivated and just stops by like the third
because he gets
gym.
too powerful, and then you're like, okay.
Well, not even just that. He just doesn't like. I guess it slows down his momentum, and he just forgets about it, or just loses motivation and just stops. And it's like, dude, you were only at the third gym. Like, come on.
You burnt yourself out on this game.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was gonna play that. I was watching my fiance play it. She got it on Friday, and then literally yesterday, like it was like 4 of my friends surrounding me, all with their Switches playing the damn game, and then my fiance playing it on the TV, and they're all commenting like about it, and I'm just like sitting there like just like editing something for the Weebies. And it was actually really chill, but it was like I was just surrounded by Pokemon, and I was gonna try to like play it tonight from the beginning. I was kind of trying to get a feel of like what the beginning was like, but right before the stream, I asked her like, "Are you gonna be playing this tonight?" Because we only have one copy.
Oh yeah.
And she's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna play it." I'm like, "Okay, all right, you're good. It's fine."
Okay, that's fair. I mean, do they like it?
Oh yeah, they're having fun. It
good.
looks pretty fun because it's like this one's different because it's like I told you, like it takes place in the past, as in like it's like Ronin ninja theme, so they actually made it feel like, you know, like a kind of an ancient version of the world, old school version of the world, where they have less access to technology and you have to craft your own Pokeballs. But it's also like it's less. So I was seeing, like, I was asking them questions as they were playing and stuff. It seems more like Safari Zone, where you like kind of roam the wild and just catch Pokemon and stuff. But I asked them, like, are there trainer battles? Are there gyms? And it's like, no. Like the whole point of the game is just like catching Pokemon, seeing them, filling up your Pokedex, and kind of completing the research.
Oh,
and
interesting.
That's kind of it. So like my fiance said it's like kind of like bootleg Breath of the Wild.
I heard it was Pokemon Breath of the Wild. That's what I heard it described
with Pokemon.
As.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it's as like, I don't know, because it's like kind of an experimental game, so it's probably not as in depth as something like as big and immersive as Breath of the Wild, but it looked fun, and it looked kind of tough with like the Pokemon. They attack you and stuff, and they're like really like powerful. Wild. It's very annoying. Yeah.
Oh, wild. I mean, that's crazy. I gotta check it out. I don't know. I feel like it's so tough because with Pokemon games, it's like you're so used to so many different features that when they don't have something like trainers or gyms, it feels like it's kind of missing something. I don't know if that's just me.
No, I totally agree with that. As soon as they told me that, I'm like, I don't know if I want to
no.
play, but I'll try it out. You know, like there's probably, I think it's like, I was telling my friend this seems like your jam because he likes playing like Genshin or like something like where he can kind of just immerse himself and like decompress and just kind of not have to think too much. You're just sort of doing your tasks and sort of like just getting in the world. I'm like, I think you could, you'd be into this, like chilling out and just playing.
That's 100% the reason I don't start new games is because it's like I want to play a new game, but I don't want to get through the like effort of having to learn a new game. So it's like I want to like jumpstart to where I'm like already deep into it, which is probably why I keep replaying Hades over and over again.
Well, also it helps that it's apparently a great game.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Hades
that you've already beat it. I don't know, maybe eventually.
Understandably not wanting to jumpstart a new game. That's
no, it's also understandably like I feel like low key like really bad that I can't like I really really want to play Fire Emblem Three Houses, but like I don't want to relearn it.
Yeah, same.
I tried 3. I think it's been a while now, like 4 months ago now. Like the most recent, I hadn't played in like a year. I stopped, and then like 4 months ago, I'm like, I need to relearn this. I need to find my notes, my scribbles of all my team, like everything I wrote down of what I was gonna do, and relearn this thing, decrypt it, and then get back into it. And I like spent the day trying to remember, and I was like, okay, I'm ready. And I was kind of getting it again. And I did like one battle, and it took like 3 hours to do that battle. And then after that, I was like, I need a break. And then now I forgot everything again. I'm like, God damn it.
Me too. I'm at the point, I'm like, okay, do I do the carryover game where I have all my shit? Or do I do my shit? Or do I just start over completely and it's just like that last route,
Yeah.
I don't know, because I just have the one to go. Because you didn't finish it, right?
I didn't finish a single one.
Okay.
Single route.
That makes sense because you can kind of like start over fresh each time because you're like technically at the beginning, but like I finished like 2 and I have all this carryover like stuff where you can like I guess recruit people more easily. So I'm like,
I also didn't do myself any favors because I'm a little stubborn. I put it on hard.
Yeah.
I put it on classic, so your units die. Hard, classic. And then I also like wanted to do things a specific way and wanted to get certain characters by like certain points.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to do all of this really upfront stuff, which is like, kind of like similar to that story of a friend that's like really going in too hard at the beginning.
Yeah.
And then like burning yourself out. So I'm like, okay. And then I just like, no, I have my vision. I want to do it this way.
That's how I've been doing Persona 5 Royal, my replay. I've been going in like, I followed like a like guide and I'm like, I need to talk to these people this day so I can get everyone like 100% them. And the guide was wrong. So like one person is like off and I have to like reorganize everything. But like I'm also like half winging it, half following the guide. And I'm like, fuck this. I can't do it.
Yeah. 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 So it's like, you want to keep moving forward, but then it's like you don't want to get it wrong. And it's like that anxiety. And all my friends have like played Persona 5 at this point and like have now beaten Royal. And it's like that's another one that's like on the plan to play list. And it's like I can't get there yet because they still got Fire Emblem like just guilting me like don't touch another game until you come back to me.
This is like adulting. Gaming as an adult is like I have to like schedule this out.
It's so funny because my friend was talking to us about it recently because he's always so busy. Like it's so bad with him because he'll still buy games, but like he had like a copy of like the Spider-Man like PS4 game that came out like 2 years ago or whatever. He bought it before COVID. He just found it again, still in the wrapping.
Oh no! Yeah, like,
he doesn't have time.
You would think with COVID we'd have more time to do this, but I feel like I still don't have that much time.
Yeah,
it's so annoying. Class said, need the Final Fantasy arc. So on my PS4, I got Final Fantasy 7 Remake. Then when it was free for PS5, I got it downloaded again. So like I'm ready. I'm ready to replay it. I love Final Fantasy 7 Remake so far. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it. So I got a Final Fantasy.
Which one? You're gonna do all of them, or
I'll do 7. I'm not making promises with games. I'll make promises with anime that I might eventually keep in like 10 years. But like games are a different story. No promises with games.
Yeah, exactly. I don't make promises for games. Because like my preferred medium is normally not. I have nothing against games, but I typically gravitate more towards stuff I watch. So
Yeah.
like movies, shows,
Yeah.
anime. But the only I have barely played Final Fantasy games. The only one I've played, I think I'm trying to see if there was another one, but I think it's just Final Fantasy VII Remake. That was
Yeah,
it.
that's the one that I would get back to. I tried
Yeah.
to play 6 on an emulator, but like it was like, I don't know. I would play so I'm this is how bad I am with games where like I don't really want to play games on my computer. I want to play it on like a Switch or like a PlayStation. Because I think it's like if I'm on my computer, I will procrastinate and I will do like other shit. Like
Yeah.
if I'm on my computer, I could watch something. Might go on Twitter, God forbid, like back on Twitter while I'm supposed to be playing this game. Like it's just so easy to get like out of my zone, which was why it was part of the reason that like when I started reading visual novels, I read Fata Morgana first because it was on the Switch. But if I didn't read Fata Morgana on the Switch, I wouldn't have had the motivation to read Umineko on my laptop. I would just not have done it because I was like, I would tab out of things. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Like I would not have the focus. So like I need to play like on a console.
I mean, that makes sense, but I also personally just love the design of the Switch and how like you could just carry it with you and just chill on your bed or wherever and just play. So that's very conducive to just want to pick up and play at different points in the day. But I know that's not what you're saying. So
no, I agree with that too. I do agree with that as well as like a bonus point. I'm like, I also like just being like, oh, it's like the middle of the night. Like I will just go play on my Switch in the middle in bed.
Yeah, it just feels like so like low commitment. Just you know, you pick it up, you play. But in terms of the computer games, like I think I did have like a small computer game era, and this is again not coming from a gamer, not coming from someone that plays games a lot. And I'm so bad with games. I remember when I last like this started and when this ended, which was back in 2014, because I got really into I got like there was like a Steam sale, and I bought a bunch of Steam games that I wanted to play, and I have like this library of games that I barely have touched, but the ones that I beat was like Portal 1, which I had a good time with. Never got to 2. And then I got really, really hooked on Borderlands 2, which I don't think you have to play the first one, but I was like really, really into that game because it was like open world, but also a shooter. So it was like really, really cool. And I saw like I was spending hours and hours playing this game and like not doing anything else productive. And so like I finally like just was like, okay, I need to actually do stuff, because back then I was like just out of college and I needed to like apply for a job. So I was like,
so you're just
so
like,
I was
like kneading it up.
So I just stopped playing it and I just never picked it up again. Just like that's it. To this day, I've never finished the game because I went to go build a website and then like I just spent all my time, every waking hour, just doing that, and then I just forgot. Like I just never went back to the game.
That's how it is. It's like it's like you're either. I feel that same way where it's like I'm either like all in or not.
Yeah.
Which is probably not healthy, like probably, but like it's also hobbies. So like sometimes you just want to be fully immersed or you don't want to do it. Like one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I've tried to find like more of a balance, you know, like where you can be like half immersed and not feel like you're losing out on something. And I think like the only way to do that is again to, you know, find something that's low commitment. Like I was saying earlier, like a low commitment show. Oh, like what?
Like sitcoms.
Yeah, like that. Like something in the background that you are curious about. It has a cultural relevance that you want to know, like, you know, not be lost out on. You want to know, hey, what's the big deal with this? And then you just have it on the background. Like I did that with The Office because I never got into The Office while it was airing. So like later on, I'm like, okay, I want to finally understand all this Office love. So I just like had like 4 seasons on in the background.
That's what we've been rewatching. We've been rewatching The Office just like casually, and then we just started The Wire. Well, my fiance's seen The Wire. I'm
still have not gone to The Wire.
It's been fun so far. I've seen 2 episodes, but I also do feel like I need to pay attention. So I'm like
that's
zoned
a commitment.
Out. So like I have to like focus on this, but
that's definitely a commitment.
I'm excited for it though.
Oh, The Wire? Yeah. I mean, it's like one of the top shows along with The Sopranos, so.
I've seen Sopranos and Breaking Bad, so I guess I don't know if it's the big 3 of live action, but I'm going to pretend there's a big 3 and see what's up.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, no, and then that was kind of my weekend. I had a great time. I got some gifts, so those were fun. I'm going to show you one right now if you want.
Yeah.
So actually, funny story. So I actually have quite a few gifts that I got because we finally had we had a holiday party that we're gonna do on New Year's, and I had to cancel that because of the state of the world around the holidays at this time. And so we postponed the holiday party finally until like the week before. So like the week before my birthday. So like last weekend. And we have a tradition of doing White Elephant game every year. Yeah. But we do, so one year we'll do nice gifts, and then we'll switch off to the next year shitty gifts, because that's the way you're supposed to play it. So in this year was shitty gifts. Yes. So I got a bundle of interesting stuff. So I got this shirt. This one was like themed. Well, actually, I should just start with, okay. Yeah, the shirt is, I love hot moms.
MILF Hunter shirt.
Which is actually from Mega 64. I think that's where they actually bought it from. Send nudes.
I have that shirt. Like, I literally have that shirt. But like,
well, it's actually an awesome shirt. So some of this is actually pretty good.
I got one that's like a different color and looks like slightly different, but it's the same thing. Will we have a podcast where we wear that?
Yeah, sure.
Next
Why not? Let's do it. We've already increased our drip with this one.
The Wheaties just send nudes. And ramen.
The most disappointing part of this package, at least to me, Katy Perry album.
Which one is that?
Smile.
Is that a new one?
I don't know. Let me see.
That's amazing. I didn't know they even sell.
I have nothing to play this on. I was just like, why? I don't.
Podcast shirt. We are confirmed with the Send Nudes podcast.
All right. And there's like a bunch of hand creams in here and other body wash creams. One of them is like a cannabis hand cream. I was just like, and then finally, I don't know if I can show this on stream. They gave me a hentai DVD.
What is the name of it?
Like a Mom.
So it's the MILF theme.
Yes.
Because Katy Perry is a mom now.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
Is that part of it? Like a Mom? Is that Mama Puri?
I think I can show it. So I'm going to just show it, the cover. So.
No, that's a different one than the one I looked up. But you can show that.
Like a Mom. Yeah. There's no nudity on it. I definitely can't show the back, though.
Oh, my God. Why can't I find it? Oh, let me just look up. We'll just not show up. Like a Mom.
Someone said they know me so well. They do not, because this is a blind gift. You're supposed to pick up, like, you get a number, and then you're supposed to like pick up the gift, and then the next person that goes. So you either have the choice of picking up a gift when you go, or stealing someone else's. Yeah. So you just pick up a gift, and then the next person can either steal yours or pick up a gift, a new one, and no one stole mine. So
no one stole yours. What was the best gift, and what was the worst gift?
Best gift. I don't know. There was one really awesome gift, which is actually now ours because my fiance stole it. So, and it's gonna be in my stream setup, which is my friend got a body pillow, of like a refrigerator, and it's like it has like a naughty kind of face on it, and then and like on one side the fridge is closed, and on the other side of the body pillow the fridge is open, and it says your choice.
That sounds really funny. I love that.
Yeah. So I got that. So that's now part of now we have that. And then I'm trying to think of okay. It's not, I don't know. I think this is actually really, really funny. So my as tradition as like 2 years ago, one friend got a BL manga. And that was his White Elephant gift. He ended up with a BL manga. And then we just like he did a live reading.
Oh my God.
And I joined him for the live reading.
Do you remember what it's called?
No, I'll have to ask him. But this year he ended up with another BL manga from the same friend that got it and put it into the mix. And on top of that, she was going to send him an audio code for an audiobook of the manga read by CDawg VA.
Oh my God. That's amazing. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then he was over the weekend, he was showing us the manga.
Oh my god, we could probably find it from Sea Dog VA's history. Like,
Probably. It's from Bookwalker, so the link is from Bookwalker. So.
oh my god, that's amazing. Oh my god,
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
that's so funny. That sounds like a great Christmas, a great weeb Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then they actually got me like they got everyone actual gifts. And then I got for my actual gift a pack of sensu beans. I think these are from Dragon Ball Z, but I think these are like candies. So like,
Oh, that's cute.
like it's, inside it's like green little. I don't know if they're gummies or whatever. I haven't eaten them, but
Let us know.
it's
Let
like a
us know
pouch.
what
I'll let you
those
know what
are.
happens. I mean, it's a reference to the show, but yeah. A lump of coal.
Wow.
It's a lump of coal soap, so it's just like
Oh, that's kind of cool. I like that.
it's like there you go.
Nice.
Cobra Kai decal.
Oh, I love that.
You got to represent, especially after I was raving about the latest
I have
season.
to see it still. I have to see it.
So good.
Oh my god. That's next on the list after
My fiance was gifted another REM, which I was very mad about.
You're like, damn it. They can't keep getting away with this.
But I got a kidnap.
Ah. That looks awesome. That looks
Can add
very
her
well made.
to my collection. So I was happy about this because like, come on, another REM?
That looks really good. That looks really awesome. Is that going to make it? That's what's making in the back, right?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is. Along with this, I can't show it, but Mob Psycho 100 poster.
Ooh, I'm excited.
And JoJo Part 5 magnet.
Oh, it's a magnet. I was like, what is that? That looks awesome.
A picture to go in my wallet.
Yeah. These are my sons. Like,
And that was it. That was plenty of fun. But for my actual birthday gift, same friends. I have another bag here, so if you still want to see this,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fully suit up for this one.
this is cleaned up for this.
So
Oh my god. It matches. Oh my god.
wait, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Hold on.
Oh my god.
Only for you guys.
Oh my god.
Then it just straps on.
What is
I have
it
a
called?
beak.
What is that called?
I don't know.
What is that? Just like a helmet or a hat?
It's like a hat, and I'm like, I would never ever have any need to wear this in public, and like, why would you get me this? Like, that's exactly the point. I'm like, oh my god.
Those are some good friends.
So this is funny. And it matches now. I could fully be an Ava now if I really wanted to. I don't, but I can now.
Can
I have
you
the
imagine
ability.
like live streaming Ava with that on?
Yeah, exactly. We were talking earlier about like low key weeb stuff and trying to remain socially acceptable. This definitely veers to the other side of the spectrum.
Exact opposite. Bruno, Ava Unit 1, even more mom themed. That's
I also
like comment of the podcast.
I also got this. It's milk cleansing foam, and I was like, why? And then they said it's a reference to End of Ava, that first scene. I'm like, okay.
Like, okay.
Thank you. I've got a Unit 2 Tamagotchi,
Oh, I miss
which
those. Those were
I
cute.
have no need for though.
Yeah. You're like, but what do I do with this?
And a shirt of Shinji. Can't show his face. Shinji.
Just Shinji.
Shinji and Ava in the background.
Nice.
Ava Unit 1. Another mom.
Another mom.
And that's it. That was my birthday.
Nice.
Birthday
It's a good
presents.
birthday. That sounds like a good Ava birthday.
Exactly. And it's just, I don't know. It's funny because on my actual birthday, we were just gonna like order out tacos and stuff. And then my fiance's like, oh, we should watch a movie. I'm like, okay, cool. Cause I picked like where to eat. Like, so you pick the movie. What do you want to watch? And then she couldn't decide. And she's like, you know what? Let's watch Ava. Let's just watch the Ava movie. And I'm like, no, I don't want to watch that. And she's like, but it's your favorite anime ever. I was like, no, I don't want to watch it. I don't moved on. I moved on.
Oh, that's a coming of age moment where you're like, we won't watch End of Evangelion on my birthday.
I don't even think it was End of Evangelion. I think she just meant like the rebuild since they're on Netflix.
Oh, one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm like, and as I said that, I'm like, wow, I guess I am a fake fan.
No, you're the only one listening to Ano. You're the only one who's like,
guys,
he wants to move on. I move on.
Time to go. It's time to go. But yeah, that's pretty much my birthday. You know, it was really fun. Glad it turned out so eventful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I will not be wearing that Ava hat in the future. You can't pay me enough. Sorry.
You gotta watch it in the future, though.
What?
I mean, you gotta wear it in the future.
Oh, okay. Well, that can be a Patreon request.
Yeah, Patreon. Just like a live reaction with the Ava hat.
It's like, play this whole visual novel that you don't want to play and stream it while wearing this Ava hat.
Muv-Love.
Yeah.
Play Muv-Love because they have mechs with an Ava hat. That would be the most weeb image of all
God.
time.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh my God. Yes. Now we're just thinking of Patreon requests.
Yeah, exactly. If we ever get there.
If we get there, 100 subs, and we will open a Patreon, which essentially just sounds like we'll be paid to do embarrassing things. That sounds like the trajectory of what's going on.
I think that's just YouTube. You know, that's just how it is now.
Pranked. Because that would be pretty funny. I mean, we do have ideas for it. For everyone who hears this, we have ideas. Some of them,
but it's
kind
like
of over the top.
But do you want to see those ideas?
I don't know because we haven't shared the ideas. I think.
Well, no, not you. Yeah, no, that's true. Actually, yeah.
Some of them, I think they would like. I think the masses would like. All of our masses, of course.
Of course. I think if you enjoy our brand, you'll definitely enjoy these bigger production ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. Very bad timing in the current anime community where I don't feel like we should make a joke about budget. But the Weebies budget and the Just Weebs budget would be going through the roof if when eventually.
Yeah, eventually.
Yeah, I feel like I can make that joke because it's our thing and it's not talking about something else, but still very bad timing for budget jokes.
Also, we have now gained the subtitle, The Weebies After the Scope.
Yeah, we have dubbed ourselves Weebies After the Scope. Did we even announce what day it's going to be? Did we tell the people?
Not yet. And I think like we're kind of like going to wrap up here since like I think we kind of covered everything we wanted to procrastinate with, but we will leave you with a definitive, more or less date for the Weebies, which are very, very soon. So if you haven't voted, definitely vote now. I think we're thinking of doing it Thursday evening this week coming up.
Yeah.
What's the exact date? I think that's already in February. That's like
February 3rd.
3rd?
Yeah.
Possibly like 8 p.m. EST, maybe earlier. We'll tweet it out.
EST.
But no, EST.
Yeah,
8 p.m.
that's
EST.
like midnight.
Not PST.
Let's go.
No.
Or that would be 11. Yeah. 11 p.m. Yeah.
It's a little too late.
Yeah. I could still make. Yeah. I'll make One Piece. I'll try and milk One Piece. I could have done that, but I'll have to find a new fan base to exploit.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. We will do like a group watch, film all the reactions, and then cut it down.
Yeah, I expect if we have answers that you don't like, I do want to see Riot spammed in chat. Be sure to spam Riot. That's how.
Yeah,
that's how we
at least Dinah Zenon should win the audience vote. You got to make that happen. You got to rally together.
Yeah.
You guys gotta get a consensus and make it win the audience vote.
Yes.
Because that's reflective of you guys, what you guys stand for, not us. We're biased.
After all, we're just weebs. You guys are just weebs audience.
And that's about it, guys. So we're gonna leave it off here. Thank you so much for joining us. We promise that the next one, which is the Weebies, is gonna be serious. So
it's gonna be very serious. I think you guys will be surprised with what we have cooked up. Mostly what only Mario has cooked up.
I did my best. But but we also hope you enjoyed this one. So we're gonna see you guys later. And don't forget to drop us a comment, catch us on Twitter, leave a like, and subscribe if you haven't already. Because besides that,